Hello and welcome to BharatBulls, where we show you how you need to think in the market to be in the top 1% of traders. The aim of this channel is not to get you rich tomorrow, but to steer you in the right direction so you become independent in your trading career. So, first of all, guys, wish you a very happy Independence Day. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you all in celebrating India's 76 years of independence. So, on this occasion, I thought I would do something very interesting. I saw a chart this morning that caught my eye, and I thought it would be best to share my entire thought process of how I analyze this sector and what I see playing out in the next couple of weeks, and to walk you through the entire process of how I study the charts and evaluate the stocks that I may be trading in the next coming weeks. So, so the sector that I'm referring to here is the consumer durable sector. I went through a lot of sectors today, and none of them caught my eye other than this one, particularly because it is still trading above its 50-day moving average and a 30-week moving average as well. So, in the short term, if you see, the sector has been trading beautifully since end of March this year, much like every other sector in the market. But in the recent times, it has been doing nothing. It has just been consolidating in this region, and even today, it had some sort of a fall down, but again recovered beautifully in the later half of the day. Now, I see this chart over here on a daily time frame. What I'd like to do first is walk you through the weekly time frame first, because we'd like to see the macro picture here. What are the big guys thinking about doing in this sector? So right off the bat, I see a couple of interesting things. If you notice, the price of this index is very close to its 52-week high. So we had the 52-week high last year sometime around September, and I see this was the potential peak around 28,200. Additionally, there were a couple of long wicks on this on these candles as well in the prior months of August and October as well over here. So these are potential resistances that I see that this sector may be facing. Interestingly, if you go down to the daily time frame, again we are seeing some sort of rejection coming in this region. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out in the next couple of weeks, and I will be keeping my eye out for the stocks in this particular sector. Now, if you notice another thing, that this sector is sort of forming a bullish flag pattern. If you observe this closely, I'll just mark this out for you. So right about in this region, I see a bullish flag. So this structure is valid as long as this particular pivot point right over here, somewhere about 26,800, gets taken out. Now within the sector, what I would like to see is which stocks are performing close to their 52-week highs, much like this sector is doing. So what I'll do is I have created a list on TradingView right over here. I'll go down each of these stocks, showing you exactly how I think, which of the stocks I may be interested in, what are the things that I'm looking out for, and what you should be doing in your trading process in order to think like me and think like one of the pro traders. Now, I don't claim that I'm a pro trader, but I would definitely like to be one of those. So I would like to mimic their thought processes. Right off the bat, I see Amber Enterprises. The stock I see has gapped up beautifully after this earnings release, and a um, beautiful buying session over here on 17th of May. And since then, the stock has been in a continuous uptrend. If I notice, the stock is coming sort of out of its 52-week high. Again, its 52-week high was crossed recently. Um, in fact, I believe it was crossed today. It was the highest closing in the last couple of days. So what I would like to mark over here is a rectangle, which refers to the range the stock has been trading at. Now this is not a perfect range. We have only one touch point over here. Maybe, just maybe, I can shift this a little bit up so that we have multiple touch points. Now what I would be interested to see whether this breakout sustains. I will be watching out for this level as well over here, which can pose as a potential resistance. So once this particular pivot is crossed, I'll be looking into buying opportunities, or and I will not buy this in one go. I will probably pyramid into this stock because the broader market is not doing well. You have to adopt a defensive approach when the market situation is not right. Coming on to the next stock, Bata India. Bata has been doing not so great in the very short term. I believe there was some earnings report. There was some surprise over here, which is why Bata fell sharply in the last couple of days. But other than that, this stock was in a beautiful, it was almost a bookish example of what you say of a uptrend. But once there was an earnings surprise, the stock has fallen sharply. But I do believe in the fundamentals of Bata India. I believe you should go through their annual reports and the guidance that their management gives out. It's a beautiful company that you should definitely look into, and it is bound to grow leaps and bound. But in the very short term, I wouldn't be interested in trading it unless and until this particular pivot crosses. I also see a potential resistance over here from December 2022. So yeah, this becomes another possible pivot of interest for me. I wouldn't be looking into buying this stock before this pivot is crossed. The next stock, Blue Star India, again a very investors' favorite stock because it recently had a stock split and also pays out regular dividends. Um, I see a very good uptrend being played out. However, the only thing of concern over here is it is below its 50-day moving average. If I get it, I think I have 30-day, correct. Sorry, I'll just make this 50-day. So I have the 50-day moving average over here. Yeah, it is below its 50-day moving average. I would like to see how it plays out in the next couple of days and the next couple of sessions, whether it is able to sustain below the 50-day moving average, or the buyers have enough strength in them to take this 50-day moving average out with a strong wide range candle over here. I will be interested in seeing this stock once it starts moving above this level, and I'll be counting the number of wide range candles on the upside over here. The next stock on my list is Crompton Greaves. It has been in a strong downtrend. I do see some sort of buying happening, but if you notice, the buying has not been as great as the rest of the market. Only a 20% move. Crompton Greaves again is one of the stronger names in the sector. I don't like its performance particularly. Once you start buying into this stock, you will face resistance n number of times. It's not anywhere near its 52-week high, so this is not a stock that I would be interested in. Dixon again is doing uh, not too bad, but not too great either. I see some resistances over here. It has recently crossed its resistance of 52-week high over here, so I'll just mark this out. I really like this structure in this way that it has broken out. It is now coming back to retest. So, and it is broken out on the back of high volumes. If you look at it over here, I will be interested in seeing one more wide range candle and potentially be interested in trading the stock only for the short term because I do see some resistances over here. The next stock on the list is Havells. Now, Havells has particularly disappointed me because I generally thought with KEI and Polycab doing wonders in their prices, Havells would follow. But so far, the stock has disappointed. It is trading well below its 50-day moving average. It is not exhibiting the right kind of structure, so I would not be interested in trading this. The next stock is Kajaria Ceramics. Now, something very interesting here I noticed right off the bat. It's that there is a bullish kicker pattern emerging on this stock right over here. So this is a pattern which is taught by Steve Nielsen. If you haven't read his books, I would highly encourage you to go through it because these patterns play out often, and the stocks do often rocket once these patterns are formed on the chart. So you just need to have an eye out for them. I do see some sort of a small range coming out over here, one wide range candle, and I will be very interested in trading the stock as it is already trading at its all-time high levels. So Kajaria Ceramics becomes one of my primary stocks in the sector. The next one would be Orient Electric. Again, the stock is not doing anything. It's just been in a downtrend, one range over here, another range over here. I would not be interested in this right off the bat. The next stock is Rajesh Exports. I don't see much activity going on here. The volumes in the recent past have been very substantial, but they have mostly not translated into price moving up. They have translated into price moving down. Hence, will not be very interested in trading it unless something a big wide range candle develops on the chart. The next stock is Relaxo, again a sister stock of Bata, and I believe due to the earnings surprise by Bata, this stock has also fallen some bit today. But I believe the footwear industry in India is very strong, and it is something that will not go out of touch in the next few years, and it's bound to grow. I will be interested in trading the stock. However, I do see a gap over here that has not yet been filled. There was some sort of buying yesterday that happened, but it was not able to sustain for very long, and it closed towards the lower end of the candle, and then we had a rejection today. So I'll be interested in seeing some sort of wide range candle that sustains above this pivot point, and I will be looking into buying this stock then. The next one on the list and the highest share of the index is the Titan company. Again, a investor favorite stock. It has recently had a very nice pullback, and it is now almost printed the three white soldiers on the candle on the chart. Sorry. So had this candle close on the upper side of the range, this would have been a beautiful example of three white soldiers, also taught by Steve Nielsen. The stock is taking some support from 50-day moving average, and I will be very interested in seeing whether the stock has the ability to move above this pivot level. Once this pivot level is breached, I will be very actively looking to scale into this stock because it has been showing signs of strength in the last couple of weeks. The next stock is TTK Prestige. Again, the stock has not been doing much, but if you notice, it is very close to its 52-week high. Oh, pardon me, it is not very close to its 52-week high. It is way below it. So again, I will not be very interested in this stock. VGuard has been trading very nicely. I have been keeping an eye on the stock for a while now, and interestingly, a couple of days back there was its earnings announcement, and it was quite a surprise. And we had this very strong candle on the upside being printed. Now, in the last couple of days, the stock has slipped below. Um, it's a wide range candle and it's taking support just at about 50% of this wide range candle, which is also a sign of very bullish, which is also a potential support point. Another thing I notice over here is that this stock is taking support at this previous swing high level, which is very good to see. I will be interested in buying this stock because the risk to reward is highly in my favor. Again, the stock is also trading at its all-time high, or 52-week high at least. I'm not sure if there was a split or not, but yeah, very interested in seeing VGuard as well. Voltas again has been doing not too great in the recent past. It has been in a lower high, lower low structure, so I won't be very interested. Whirlpool also has been showing some signs of strength. It has moved above this pivot level of December, but I need to see whether it is able to sustain this move because it is coming on the back of 5, 7, 8 green candles. I need to see some pullback, some other wide range candles developing on the upside before I make a play on this. So far, I believe there are only a handful of names that I would like to shortlist. Amber Enterprises is one of them. I would like to see it sustain above this level and do some sort of pullback. Then I'll be interested in a low risk, low reward, a low risk opportunity. The next one would be Blue Star, Crompton Greaves. Apologies, not Crompton Greaves, Dixon, Kajaria Ceramics, uh, Voltas, and VGuard. Sorry, VGuard and Titan. These are my stock picks for from this sector. Again, it is your money, your analysis. These are stocks that I believe can do very well in the future. I will be scaling in only a handful of names out of these five ones. So maybe two or three that really exhibit signs of superior strength. And we need to remember that we are still in a cycle where the markets do not generally perform well in the months of August, July, August, and September. So we need to be careful of a position size. Just go in with roughly 35 to 40% of your intended position size. See if it is playing out in your favor, and if it does, then only try to scale into these names. So I hope you have a good day, guys. Have a lovely Independence Day. Thank you so much for watching, and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this analysis.